From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New York Giants. Of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison, come 19, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Steady.
Now they'll run, it's Ken Walker. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Down the left sideline. And all in, touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker with a milestone, career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Seahawks go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. A carry here for Travion Henderson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Here now a 3rd down at 8.
Get it. Franco 80.
Looking to throw. Miller. That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
2nd and 6.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
And in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
First down.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7.
Here we go, here we go. Panther 60, Panther 60. Go.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Well, he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
80 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You talk about this giant defense.
And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And how about that last play? Did you see how quickly they got to the ball? Caused a loss of yardage? Yeah, that play shows exactly why their ranking is justified.
And now they're just hoping to see more of that. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this one too low.
That was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate, that was just incomplete.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact long time there. And now 4th down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what did they just shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how did they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker.
They run once more with Henderson.
And this will be a Giants first down as the tackle made just shy of the 30. The Giants at 8-4 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy this caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down at a yard.
Running right, here's Brown. And at a 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down.
Gain of a yard. Brings up.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swimming to the ball carrier.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
6 the Eagles, 6, Panther 11, Panther 11.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ready?
On first down, it's Henderson.
And it'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ball on the 39. Here's second and a couple.
Ready.
Henderson running straight ahead. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
That's another Giants first down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Again, it's Henderson. Touchdown, Giants! Trevion Henderson with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from drawing level.
Well, what a first half he's had running the football. Another terrific run there, and this one finds the end zone.
Well, we know he's a guy who's capable of coming up with big plays in the running game, and his offensive line knows it as well. That keeps them motivated, looking for those extra blocks to give him room to run downfield.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here's second and 10.
Ready?
Quick throw there is incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
60 by 6, 18, Pioneer. Hey, smash Broncos. Go.
They'll set up a throw.
team, and it's intercepted.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Up the middle, it's Henderson.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try to run for it with Henderson. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Cup 19, Cup 19. 19 tight, 19 tight.
Operating from the gun, Miller.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Ty Fulton, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
He finds his man complete. It's Horton. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He's into space past the 25.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 16. A good gain of 14 there that moves the chains.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Get it. Bronco 80.
They'll look to throw again. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A.J. Barner, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks are an extra point away from evening this one up. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Straight ahead, Henderson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Here we go.
They give it to Brown. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And even 100 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Again, it's Henderson. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
5 yards.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
10 at the 36-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Henderson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Go!
On the handoff, Henderson. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Henderson will try and run for the first. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10.
Let's go. Cougar 19.
Now a give, right side. Dalton. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
3rd down and 11.
Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11.
Mustang 19.
Back to throw. Miller.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down.
And the Giants have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
The extra point up and good. And the lead is now 21-14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Ranger. Ready? Hey, Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready?
They'll look to throw here on first down. Going deep for Walker. And this is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So the late touchdown ties things as they will kick this one away in the final stages of the half. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Right back to Henderson on first down. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play.
Michael Dixon making off for Seattle.
To get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And not much happening on the return as they get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Okay,
the
ready?
Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
60. Come on.
Operating from the gun, Miller. Open man, that's Fulton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
2 yards on the pickup there. And now third down and 6 to go.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 46. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And down to the 36-yard line here.
Any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, Run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense.
Of everything that was discussed at the half, just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
2nd and 6. Now he's going to step up and run. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Nice Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Looking to throw. Miller. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Back to throw. Miller. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback land on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Miller. And he comes back with one complete. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Your mind is out of bounds. It's telling you that you check about thoughts and memories that's adding up overseas. You feel alive like you can't have enough. You probably feel paralyzed if you ain't had a bug. You still feel paralyzed, the bugs and track. Friends just having kids.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Back to throw. Miller. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there in the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And even 100 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And the Seahawks first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And this time they were waiting for it, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Let's go now. Ready.
They run again with Walker. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down.
Ready.
Back to throw here. That's complete to his rookie 2nd-round pick. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Tight. 19 tight.
They'll set up to throw. That's taken in by Arroyo. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice game.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down in the yard.
Here we go. Here we go.
Looking left side of has got a man. That's Horton. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Ready.
A gift for Walker running right. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
Trap 60. Panther 11. 60 Bobcat.
Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
7 Pirates, Panther 60. Let's go.
They'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Torrey Horton. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And space tough to come by there as they get maybe a yard to the 37.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
So from the 37, here's 2nd down and 8. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
That one taken in by Neighbors. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
60 by 6, Crackle 80. Ready.
Looking to throw. Miller. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
At the 17-yard line.
Now a give, right side. Dalton. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So there the defense denies the rookie of his potential first career touchdown.
And his first NFL touchdown celebration. I wonder if he's thought about it, if he has something cooked up in his head as he worked out with his team, and think about the celebration back home when he finally scores his first touchdown.
You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. We'll see what he does.
Well said, sir. Well said.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. This is Brown going up the middle. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Now the try here for the point after. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th.
This one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as Ed sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Panther 60, Panther 60.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the fourth quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Running left is Walker. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Got it. Ready? Here we go. Here we go. Hawk 70. Hawk. Ready?
Now a draw play. It's Walker. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And Walker once more.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Well, the crowd here at MetLife Stadium in full roar. 3rd down.
Let's go. Hey, check that, check that. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready, ready?
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he'll go down at the 28.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
I think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
First down. 2 yards on the play. First down, Seattle.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Running right, here's Walker.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go away.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts.
So it all rides now on the foot of the kicker, Chad Ryland.
The clock showing just one tick. This for the win. And this one is right through. And they'll be celebrating in Pioneer Square tonight. The Seahawks have won the game. So the victory here for Seattle. And this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours, right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time frame so guys get used to doing it that way. I remember when I played at Tennessee, when we had to go from east to west, our trainer Tim Karen said, leave your watches on East Coast time. Every piece of information we got was East Coast Standard Time. Try to psychologically tell us what to do, as well as prepare our bodies the same way.
So for the Seahawks, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.
Los Angeles. Last stop in town before I hit the road. And it was hot. I said, man, point that fan at me. And I'll be good to go. Wasn't playing songs for long when came in candidly. But the pretty is